Hello, ladies and gentlemen of the internet with a capital I. I am the Game Mage, and I am joined virtually through this hangout on air by Mike the Hammer K. Klodzinski, and welcome to Order More Tires. How are you doing tonight, Michael Klodzinski, Mr. Hammer K?
I am significantly less pissed off than I usually am when we start this because things actually kind of worked correctly this time.
That's awesome.
So that is a thing.
You're also significantly less selected in my view, so that actually it's going to switch to me every once in a while.
At some point, we are going to figure this hangout thing out.
Man, I really think this is interesting because Will asked me or tweeted to me at one point and was like, why do we use Hangout on Air instead of Twitch? And I didn't have a good answer for that. And with me using Twitch more recently and getting real comfortable with that kind of stuff, it's like, it seems a whole lot more straightforward than the kind of hoops that we have to jump through to make this happen. So, not trying to dog on Hangouts on Air while we're using them, but
we might be in discussions about this.
Yeah, but so this is our bi-weekly talk about random thing that we do. We have nothing planned. I haven't even brought up topics. Do we have anything for this one?
There's a bunch of random stuff in there, but
is it even relevant?
Slightly.
Let's see. Order More Tires. Oh yeah. Yeah. We can talk about some of that stuff. Well, at least one of them. I think we talked about some of those others, but anyhow.
Yeah, I think so. I think they should all be marked off the list except for that first one.
Okay, I'll do that. So before we get into that, I mean, is there anything just like random stuff that you're wanting to speak of, or it's on your mind, or whatnot? Since this is the forum for said thing.
Not really. What about you?
I mean, I guess it bears mentioning that I have been watching a lot of Twitch streamers lately. Which is interesting because I kind of went down this path of evolution, and it's probably not uncommon of not really watching a whole lot of any kind of gameplay stuff on the internet, starting to watch a few things here and there on YouTube, and then actually subscribing to some channels on YouTube and watching it pretty regularly. And now I'm more onto Twitch, watching that regularly, just because I like the interactivity. It's completely different experience, like when you're actually chatting with the person who's streaming. Like if you're on a small enough channel to be able to do that, it's awesome. And it's like it's interesting how, as cool as some of the people on YouTube are, and don't get me wrong, some of them are really cool. I mean, especially like the smaller channels. I mean, I do like the bigger channels like Game Grumps and Markiplier, although he's gotten really weird lately. But
his stuff has gotten pretty weird.
I can't even really watch it much anymore. And I'm not trying to be mean about it because I think he's fine. I think he's probably a cool dude, and I know there are obviously tons of people who enjoy what he does, but I've kind of, I don't want to say grown out of it. I just think he's changed from when I first started watching what he was doing. Mm-hmm. But like the smaller channels, I really still like those and still watch those guys. Actually was just watching Alpha Omega Sin right before I jumped on here. But as far as like gameplay stuff, like, yeah, the Let's Plays on YouTube, those are cool. I mean, especially Game Grumps because they're really funny. But it's a completely different experience. I mean, it really feels like you're sitting on the couch with somebody playing a game on Twitch. Yeah. And I know that's why it's so popular. I can definitely tell why. So I've been watching a lot more of that lately. Been streaming some lately, not too much, but I did start replaying Bayonetta this weekend.
Nice.
So yeah, I forgot. So this is funny. Like I completely forgot like how much language there is in that game. I mean,
oh yeah,
adult language, and I mean, not that there's anything wrong with that. I have been known from time to time to engage in said language. I generally try to shy away from it, like when we're making like this kind of stuff, and I don't really know why, other than I've always wanted us especially to seem like really family friendly. Not like to the point of Fisher pricing everything,
Right.
but at least to a certain degree. Anyway, but it was just funny. I was already streaming, and it's like one of the first cutscenes, like when it's the modern time or whatever, and it's like Enzo is just going to town, dropping every explicit word you could think of.
Was that in the cemetery?
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember when I first played that, I was like, oh, that's what kind of game this is.
Right.
I see how this is gonna be.
Right. So, but I mean that's fine. I mean it's Bayonetta. It's not like I didn't know that the game was gonna be like hypersexualized anyway. So whatever.
It's like what were we expecting anyway?
What I don't understand is like, so I guess you can mark your channel as like for mature audiences on Twitch, but I don't know what the guidelines are for doing that because I don't really want to do that. But I don't mind if like, I mean, I'm going to be playing games where they drop F-bombs and maybe there's sex scenes or whatever. And, I probably won't, use those kinds of languages too much. But I mean, if somebody comes in the chat, I'm not going to be like banning them for dropping F-bombs and stuff. So it's like, right. I don't know what the criteria is for marking it that. If it's like, oh, my channel is like primarily for mature audiences, or is it just, oh, there may be some mature things on this channel? Because like, even if there weren't, any kind of sex scenes, weren't any kind of, explicit language, I would still play like Silent Hill 2. Like, there's nothing that's like completely overtly mature in that game, but like the themes and like the real topics it explores are extremely mature. Although it takes a mature eye to see that, so it's kind of one of those catch-22 things.
Right.
I don't know, but
how far
I don't
have you gotten so far?
What's that?
How far have you gotten so far?
In Bayonetta?
Yeah.
I just completed like the first real chapter, so I played it for an hour and a half. So the first intro sequence, when you're following on that clock and whatnot, that and then the graveyard stuff, and then all the stuff right after the graveyard. It's not even the first chapter. That's like the prologue or whatever. Yeah. And then I played that, and then the first chapter when you first go to Vigrid. But like I said, about an hour and a half.
That's cool.
Man, at first I thought the game was going to make me use the touchpad for controls because it like pops up with that thing where it's like, tap on an enemy to attack them and hit it twice to jump, and I'm like, what?
Yeah, I saw
that crap.
Same thing, same thought processor for me. I was like, huh?
Yeah.
Really? Is this really happening? Please don't do this to me. Please don't. No.
Right. I mean, I'm surprised. Like the gamepad wasn't that bad playing it. So
yeah, it was like I downloaded that Uncharted game for Vita. It came out many moons ago. I got it. It was a PlayStation Plus thing.
Was it Golden Abyss?
Yeah. It was a PlayStation Plus free game somewhere along the way, and I was like, huh, I should probably like purchase this so that somewhere down the road, if I get a Vita, then I can play it for free. I don't have to buy it. So that game, same kind of deal. So it feels like a tech demo for the Vita with some of the tutorials that it gives you. It's like, oh, you can drag your finger along here to climb up this mountain, and then you can like finagle the back of the Vita to do things or whatever. And then
that looked pretty mature.
Say you can do that, or you can use traditional controls. I was like, traditional controls, thanks.
Yes. Yeah. I'm just glad that a lot of these developers have learned not to force that kind of stuff on us.
It's just not all Twilight Princess. That whole deal with that. How the GameCube version, you go to buy it on eBay, it's like $70. Where like the Wii version, everyone wants to play it on GameCube because it doesn't have the.
That's what that's called, literally.
Yes, the first Wii game that I make that is going to be in the instruction manual. And it's
you're going to make a Wii game now?
Yes, I'm going to make a Wii game, and it's going to have a physical release, and it's going to come with a 300-page instruction manual. with
And it's
just
gonna-
on every single page.
Right.
And then you flip through it, and then it animates this.
And then like the words about
Right.
Oh, that's hilarious. That's all the manual is. There's nothing else but that.
Uh-huh.
All you gotta do is pick up Unity, dude. You can make a Wii game. That'd be
That's
fine.
true. Jason Ayer is calling me right now.
Wow. Answer him, man. This is informal. See what he has to say.
He wouldn't be able to hear you.
Well, whatever.
Jason Ayer.
Michael K.
You are being broadcasted live on the internet right now. What do you have to say?
Where am I being broadcasted to?
Google.
If you watch Twitter, you'd know.
If you were looking at the Twitlers, you would know.
I don't even think I did this on Order of Tears
Am
Twitter.
I on your broadcast or something?
Yes, we are broadcasting.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
I don't suppose that means that you and all your followers want to come meet me at Flying Saucer right now, do you?
Uh-oh.
I think that is a negatory on that.
Did he text me?
I have no idea.
Somebody knows. Are you sure?
Yes.
You should probably ask them.
Hold on. I'm gonna text him. I'm gonna freak him out.
Well, if anybody is in Memphis right now would like to meet this little Indian kid at the Flying Saucer, then feel free.
Oh man,
Tables available.
I don't have his number on my phone anymore. That sucks.
So yeah. All right. Well, you have fun with that.
All right.
Okay.
I'll talk to you and everyone else later.
Okay. Say goodbye, internet.
Goodbye, Internet.
You're starting to chop up again, dude.
Well, let me rejoin. I'm just
Alright.
gonna refresh. Just refresh.
Yeah. So Jason's a cool kid. He's a cool kid.
It would be an almost instantaneous refresh if I didn't have to agree to some S that I never read every single time.
I had to do it this time. Are you in like a private browsing session?
No.
I don't know, man.
I don't know.
Oh, another game that I started playing this weekend. This is a good game.
Is it really?
It is a good game, and it's only $10 right now, and it's worth $10.
Okay.
It is a real survival horror game.
Really?
Yes, like literally. I mean, obviously it's permadeath or whatever, but it's like it's one of those games that like you have to use the pad, so that's kind of annoying. There's parts of it that are annoying like that, but it's one of those things where you really feel like you got to find some real safe corner to do anything. Because you feel like if you're out in the middle of everywhere trying to do anything, like, you know, you can like use the pad to scan or to like go in your inventory. And when you go in your inventory, you basically, it zooms in on you and your bag, and then the inventory comes up on your pad. And so it's like you can't really see anything around you because there could be like zombies beside you and you wouldn't even know it.
Huh. Yeah, I was wondering if that game was any good because I don't know if it recently if it's come out yet, but they were re-releasing it on something.
Yeah, they're just calling it Zombie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if it was like, oh, was that really any good if they're re-releasing it?
I don't know how they're going to do it's going to be a different experience without the Wii U, without the gamepad. I guarantee it. I can't imagine how it would be better, other than some of the annoying stuff. Yeah, well, you don't have to necessarily, you know, look down, look up, look down, look up.
Yeah.
But that adds to the tension, and that adds to the oh my goodness, what the heck kind of aspect of the game. I'm surprised. I thought this was going to be a, you know, junk game or whatever. Not junk, but
I figured it was going to be like what was that game? Red Steel.
Oh yeah. By the way, for those of you, if you're just like listening and not watching us, this is Zombie U on the Wii U. Yeah, I never played that game, but I know wasn't that like a launch title for the Wii?
Yeah, I got it. What games did I got that and I got something else. But yeah, it's pretty raunchy in not a good way either. It's definitely one of those like, oh, here are all the gimmicks that this console has, and this game uses all of them kind of games.
Right.
So I kind of figured that was the same kind of deal, but
And no, I mean, I don't. It's fine. For the price it is right now, it is well worth it. It'd be worth it at $20, in my opinion. The graphics aren't amazing, but I don't play a game like that for graphics. I play a game like that for the creeping me out and the I don't want to do this. I don't want to do this. And it doesn't have that quite as much as PT did, but it's more than any other survival horror game I've played in a long time. Way more than any recent Silent Hill game or Resident Evil game for that matter. I mean, if you're interested in the premise, I suggest it. The most annoying thing that the game does is that when you like go in your inventory to switch things out, or because you have like a quick inventory that's like three weapons on one side and like 3 other items on the other, and so like you can just like hit it on the gamepad. But if you want to switch out the ones that are in the quick thing, you have to go into your backpack. And so whenever you do that, or you are like looting, either one of those gets you into that zoomed in view where like you have to look at the pad and you can't really see anything around you on the screen. Again, that's realistic and that's awesome. But the annoying part is to get out of it, you have to like swipe up from the middle of the gamepad. So it's like if you're holding it like this, you have to like move your thumb over here and do like that, or you have to completely let go and do that.
Yeah.
And so that's pretty annoying. I mean, I guess you could do it with your nose, but that's really the worst. So, I mean, so far I've played like a little over an hour or 2 of it. So that's the worst part so far. That, and I mean, it's like you have no motivation for doing anything in the game, really. It seems like it's going to be really thin plot-wise, but I don't really care. I just want like a zombie apocalypse simulator, and that's kind of what this is.
Okay.
And it's not like Walking Dead. It's like you're by yourself, kind of. And you can't just like run up and just like kill zombies. Like if there's like one zombie, yeah, but if there's like more than one, you just need to run or not run. Try to walk away as quietly as possible.
So what kind of zombies are these? Are these like slow zombies, or are they Left 4 Dead zombies, or?
They're not Left 4 Dead zombies. Well, I think they're mostly slow. Of course, like I said, I've not been too far into the game, so they're probably different kinds of zombies I would expect. But all of them so far, like if they see me, they just like come at me, but they don't like 28 days later, speed of light at you.
Yeah.
But it's like I said, it's good. I really like it. I was gonna say one other thing about it, and I can't recall right now what it was. There's something about a mechanic in the game. Like so far, guns and ammo are really, really sparse. Like it's like, oh my goodness, I finally found some more ammo, sort of thing.
Really?
Yeah, you like have to like you find a cricket bat really early because it takes place in London, and that's like your main weapon. At least it has been for me so far. Yeah, so definitely. Oh, I know what I was going to say. One of the other mechanics is like you have this like. What's funny is you actually have this like sort of pad thing that like you get from somebody at the beginning of the game, and it's kind of like your Wii gamepad in that when you scan stuff, like you can like scan an environment to see where like lootable stuff is, and so like you have to like hit the L trigger and then like move the pad around to find it. You don't have to. You can actually use the right analog stick, so that's cool too. If you don't really like doing that, but I kind of like doing that because it kind of builds that immersion a little bit more. And so like your character, it comes into them. And again, this is another one of those things where it like kind of zooms in on you, so it's hard to see if there's zombies around. Not as bad as when you go in your backpack, but like worse than when you're not. But the another function of the gamepad is there's like a radar to find where like zombies are, and so like you hit it and it like sends out like the sound pulse from centered around where you are, and then if you're close enough to zombies and it hits the zombies, they'll make the sound and bloop red on your screen. So it's really good for freaking you out. Like you don't even hear anything, you don't see anything, it's like dead silent. And then you do that, and then you hear that sound on the radar, and you're like, "Holy crap!" and then you have to do it again to see where they're at, and then here you look down, and they could be coming at you when you're looking down.
Oh.
So it's like really tense in that way. And I think it's a good game. I mean, so far, like I said, I don't think the plot's going to be great. It's not going to be one of those best game ever sort of things, but the experience is real fun. $10, dude, you need to get it.
Wow. That's not at all what I expected it to be. I totally thought it was just going to be like a Rambo zombie kind of game.
No, it is absolutely, it is anything but that. That's why I like it so much, because it's like, it's more of a, I'm so frail, I don't want to die, how can I not die sort of game.
Right.
Because like if you get bit once, you're dead.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't mean to talk about that game so much, but I was pleasantly surprised when I popped that in.
Most excellent.
Like I had to put it down. I'm like, if I don't put this down now, I'm going to play this for the next 4 hours. So I should put it down.
One of those games.
Yeah, definitely.
That's cool.
Which is bad because like that's the second one of those kinds of games that I've bought, or I didn't buy. I actually got that for Christmas, but this one of the second one of those I've gotten in the past month for around Christmas. So that and Rocket League. So.
Good old Rocket League.
Man, I love that game too. It's great. I suck at it, but it's great.
Yeah. I haven't played since that night that we played.
Man, that's a mistake.
Yeah, I know.
You're starting to crackle a bit again.
Well, let me reload.
Okay. While he's reloading, I'll continue to talk like a bad salesman. Yeah, he won't even know that I did it when he comes back.
I don't know what just happened.
Exactly.
Internet enlighten me.
The internet shall remain silent, as it never is.
So yeah, apparently Google Hangouts just does not want me to use this audio interface.
Yeah. Well, what are you gonna do?
Switch to Twitch.
Yeah, we could do that. Man, you know what? Like, the more I think about this, the more I'm like, we should just use this time to play games over the internet and stream it. Because, like,
I thought the same thing.
It's like us talking, that's cool. And don't get me wrong, I really enjoy it. But it's not like we wouldn't do that if we were playing video games together, too.
Yep.
So,
guys, this is exactly how we make decisions in this band. We just, we should do this instead.
And then
That'd be awesome. Let's do that. Yeah. And then it happens.
Yep.
And then albums are birthed.
Well, I mean, that's why, we've been able to stick together for so long, because it's like, speaking of, oh man, that just reminded me, this is our 10-year anniversary, dude.
Today?
Well, like this month, it's like in a few days or something. I think the 17th or something like that.
Okay. Is it what? That's define 10-year.
That's the first time that I came over to Tim's for us to play together.
I remember exactly where I was in time and space when I asked you if you wanted to do all this stuff or whatever. I didn't remember what I asked you, but I was walking around the video game section at Best Buy. That is now actually a Goodwill.
Do what?
The Best Buy that was on Riverdale and Winchester.
Yeah.
They moved down the street to like Hacks Cross in Winchester,
Gotcha.
and that old building became a Goodwill, and it is the strangest thing that I have ever seen.
It's gonna be like the biggest Goodwill ever.
They actually cut it in half. And
okay.
Something else is over there, but the biggest part of it is Goodwill. And you walk in there, and it's like, I know this place, but I don't.
That's hilarious. Oh man. So yeah, I guess we should probably think about figuring out how to do video games on this thing, huh?
I guess so.
Well, it's a good thing we have a Twitch channel, twitch.tv/Order of Tier. So go follow us there.
Yeah.
Awesome. So is there anything else that you want to talk about?
I
got something. Oh, sorry.
We could quickly mention this rare game, Wii U games, or rare, quote unquote.
Yeah. Before that, I want to speak to you about a shining moment, a golden shining moment in the history of video games and video gamers everywhere.
Okay, I'm excited.
Actually, what I was watching Alpha Omega Sin talk about before I jumped on here. So I'm gonna just jump on his train and talk about it too.
He's my man because he's a Sega guy.
He's dude. He has the same. Oh geez, whatever. Hold on a second.
Order tires. You order them tires. You order them tires, and then you tell me about those tires after you've ordered them.
All right, so like he started doing his videos like a little farther over now, or either that or he's got like a higher resolution camera, and he has this hanging on his wall. Have you seen that?
No.
Yeah, I've got one of these too. It's like a Pac-Man maze fleece.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I actually haven't watched any of his play stuff. He's in lots of Game Chasers episodes.
Oh, okay.
And I've watched some of his just videos.
I mainly watch that's mainly all I watch of his, like his rants and stuff. And that's what it wasn't really a rant, it was just like a description of what happened. So this golden shining moment in the history of video game enthusiasm everywhere. Some man who it was a man shall remain manless, though. He had a little bit too good of a time one night. He got slightly inebriated, and by slightly I mean completely wasted. And in his drunken stupor, he thought that it'd be a great idea just to go to Target. Why not?
Oh boy.
Because that's how all great stories start, right? One day I got really drunk and went to Target. So he gets in Target, and his first thought isn't, let me go shop or look around the store. His first thought is, let me get in one of these carts that you drive around.
Okay. That's my first thought as well. But
most of the time, yeah. But generally, normal human beings, normal gamers like you and I, we have that thought. We think, man, it would be really sweet to Mario Kart that thing around the store.
Exactly.
But then we're like, people wouldn't understand that level of artistic expression that we have within our heart. So we have to not do that.
Yep.
So we put that down because we're civil and we respect society and we respect civility.
Yep.
This man in his state was in no frame of mind to respect any civility, so he hopped right on. So he's cruising around Target, heads back toward the toys, going up and down the aisles, just like you do when you're drunk in Target.
Right.
And finally makes his way over to electronics. And he decides that now's a good time for me to take a restroom break.
No.
So he stands up, and to quote Alpha Omega Sin, I did not come up with this, but he said, perhaps seeing Konami enraged him and enraged his bladder to the point where he actually just urinated on all the video games in Target.
Oh.
This golden shining moment.
That's definitely gold, and it's shining.
Can you believe this?
Showers were had. Wow.
I mean, it's one thing to get completely wasted and go out in public. It's another thing to go into a Target. So what that means is that he was wasted sometime between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Like out of his mind. Oh, I guess they're 24-hour Targets now. That's true. So, okay, it could have been a 24-hour Target, but
I like your first assessment.
Yeah, I was going to say there's a higher probability that it's between 10 a.m. and 10 p.m. Oh man, and could you imagine? What if you were like the clerk in electronics when that dude rides up in your department?
I don't. Yep, I got nothing there. I would just stand there and be like, this is a thing that's happening right now.
This is what my life has become.
Yes. I'm not going to walk over there because if he's whizzing on all those games, he would probably whiz on me as well.
Right. Or at the very least, you would get some deflected whiz on you.
Yes, exactly. That. So, yeah, I would treat him as if he has a deadly weapon in his hands. So,
for all we know, he does.
Yes.
Anyway, that's just ridiculous.
Wow.
Sure. I thought that was hilarious. I mean, hilariously bad and horrible, but hilarious nonetheless.
Wow. So does anybody know what happened to this guy?
Oh, he got arrested. In fact, he turned himself in because probably halfway through his activity, he probably realized how wrong what he was doing was and just said, I did it. I'm sorry. I did it. So he's record of that forever.
Yep, that's very interesting there.
So, anything else before we jump into this last little topic here?
Negative.
All right, man. So I'll let you introduce this since it was your idea, and I think it's a great thing to talk about.
So I was doing a working the other day, and I have.
I'm sorry. I have to interrupt.
You interrupt.
My apologies, but I have to point out before this.
Yes.
Your shirt's freaking sweet, dude. I just noticed it.
I received this for Christmas. It kind of made my life complete.
That is awesome.
Yes. I reached into a stocking and then I pulled this out and I was like, this is the best shirt I've ever seen in my life.
It's pretty amazing.
So, yeah.
And you're crackling again, so reload.
Mother.
While he reloads, I'll go back to my salesman's voice, and he won't even know what happened.
I never know. So anyway, I was doing a working the other day, and I have my Twitler feed on a screen to my right. So every once in a while, I'll glance over there, and by every once in a while, I mean literally every other time I blink, I'm looking over there at Twitter's, and so I saw this tweet about. Suddenly Bayonetta 2 was on eBay for I don't even know what it is now. At the time I think it was like $70, something like that.
All I know is on Amazon now, the last time I checked it was $94.99.
Holy shnikers.
Yeah.
Let's see. The live Googlings. Oh, buy it now, factory sealed. $110.
Oh my god. Holy crap, dude.
Oh, and of course, we got all the freaking scalpers on here. Somebody has a picture of them with them like fanned out like this. Like they went and bought a bunch of them. Scalper, that's just another topic entirely.
Dude, when I got mine, and this was months ago at this point, a couple months ago at this point, I had to go to 2 GameStops. I went to one and they're like, well, we got one, but it's open. I'm like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
And so I went to another one, but that's like like in the area, that's literally all they had. They had like 3. The one open at the store that I was at, and then the 2, one unopened and one opened at the store I went to and got it at. And I don't think any of the other stores in this area, which there are a lot of stores in this area, had them. Like, it's like the guy printed out like a list of the stores, and like the other closest one was like 45 minutes away. Wow. I wasn't gonna drive that. Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. This is. Let me see. Sold listings. Have these actually sold? Okay. I'm not seeing any of the triple digit ones being sold, but
yeah,
they've been selling for. I mean, here's one that went for $89.
Man,
that's just. Yeah. So yeah, that's interesting. But
I mean, to be fair, it is 2 games. And Bayonetta 1 itself is like worth a full, like right now, I would say if you haven't played Bayonetta 2, it would be worth going to pay a full $60 for. So, I mean, the price isn't that bad if you're looking at it from that perspective, but it was 60 for both games. So it's like each one was so kind of crazy.
I mean, it's a great game. I mean, I'm not going to lie. I bought a Wii U for this game.
That's the only reason I even thought about getting one and paid attention to anything else that was on the Wii U. If not, then I wouldn't have paid attention to anything. And then so what sent me over the edge was Mario Maker. So that and Bayonetta 2 were the 2 big things for me.
And I mean, I don't know. It may have something to do with Bayonetta being in Smash Brothers. Suddenly everybody's like, wait, who is that? I want to play that game. And then people start buying them up and now they're gone and all over eBay and, you know.
Well, I actually saw some posts. I don't know if this was on Reddit or what. They were saying that, you know, I don't think Bayonetta's out on Smash yet, is she?
No.
Like they were saying, like after she does come out and like gets popular, they're going to like restart reprinting it. They're just going to use this lack of printing to increase demand, and then have like her being in Smash extra increased demand. And I just learned this morning there's going to be a Bayonetta amiibo.
Yes.
What?
Oh, I know.
Man, when I got the Wii U, I told Lindsay, like, I showed her that 3-pack of like
Yeah.
the Duck Hunt Dog, Game & Watch guy, and Rob, and I was like, that's like the only set of amiibos I'd want. And then later, of course, I saw the 30th anniversary Mario, which you were so kind to gift me for Christmas, which is awesome, and I sit here with it under my monitor every day. I love that thing. And I don't even have Smash 4. I just like the amiibos.
Yeah.
And of course I'm like, I don't want any of those. I don't really care because I don't really play any of the games that you use them with. I mean, and then except for Mario Maker, I guess. But and then that comes out, and then it's like, well, Bayonetta amiibo. Well, I have to buy that one.
Right.
But that's it. That's it.
Speaking of amiibo, yeah. Hold that thought.
All right, holding this thought physically within my scullular structure so that it does not escape
My plugs back in my holes.
out my nose into my air around my
it
head.
won't go in.
That's
Oh,
what
there we
she
go.
said.
Okay. I received my favorite amiibo the other day.
Oh yeah? What's your favorite amiibo?
My Shovel Knight amiibo. which
Oh
I'm going
dude,
to
oh I
walk
forgot
over
about that one too. Dude, that's super sweet.
Yeah.
That is awesome.
So yeah, I guess that means he's going to be in Mario Maker, maybe, possibly,
Oh, nice.
maybe. I don't know. You know, it's possible.
So are they gonna like? I bet you they end up making like Plague Knight and maybe what's the Shield Knight?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. We'll see. That'd be pretty cool though.
I
But
know everybody's flipping out about those. So
yeah, it's Plague Knight's pretty cool. The DLC,
Mhm.
just because it's just the mechanics are completely different. So you play through a lot of the same stuff, but you play it completely different. So yeah, that's cool.
sweet.
But anyway, yeah. So this is the first like indie game that has had an amiibo. So that's pretty cool. I just like amiibos because there's a lot of them that come out that those wouldn't have ever gotten any kind of like figure or anything like that. That character wouldn't have gotten any kind of figure or anything like that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
So I think that's really cool. But yeah, Bayonetta amiibo. I'm gonna be doing some things with that.
Oh, whoa! I'm not gonna ask.
Whoa. That came out wrong. That's what she said. What were we talking about?
Yeah, I don't know, but man, amiibos. That's what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, we were gonna talk about we're talking about the
Oh, yeah.
stupid Bayonetta 2 prices.
Yeah. So that's interesting. I'm hoping that goes back down so people will play this and maybe there will be a third one. But
That would be that would be super freaking sweet, dude. Like everybody like just buys the junk out of all the Bayonetta stuff, and then they start printing Bayonetta 2 again, and then tons and tons and tons of people just buy it up.
Yeah.
And then they make Bayonetta 3. That would be sweet.
yeah, man, the reveal trailer for Bayonetta and Smash Brothers was freaking awesome. Like I was
Oh,
sitting
yeah.
there, I was watching Nintendo's their direct thing where they were announcing all this stuff, and I don't really play Smash Brothers much anymore, but I video games, so I like to know
Right.
things. So I was like, yeah, this is gonna be the last Smash Brothers direct. I suppose I'll watch it and see what's going on. And they did the cloud thing. Was that at E3 or something?
Sometime around then.
I don't remember when that was. Yeah, they did the cloud thing, and so everybody freaked out about that. So I was like, this is the last one. Maybe they're gonna have some big surprise. And then at the very end of it, they play that trailer. And I probably screamed louder when I realized what it was than when I saw the Mega Man announcement trailer.
Oh wow. That's awesome. Man, that was so great. Like that they put her against Pit, and it was just like that's just perfect.
Yeah, I really like at the trailer started. I was like, "Oh, this is going to be another freaking Kid Icarus character that I don't know anything about."
Right.
And then it's like, "Oh snap!" right.
Man, yeah, that's awesome.
yeah, that melted my brains when I saw that. So I'm very excited about the amiibo for that, and I'm going to be doing a buying of that amongst other
Yes,
things.
most definitely.
Yes. So yeah, the other game right now that's been crazy expensive is a game called Devil's Third. Which this is very strange because this game just came out like a month ago. Apparently it's a terrible game. Like it has gotten horrific reviews. Let me see how much it's going for right now. But
so it's just people anticipating an extremely limited print run.
Well, it's a very, very adult game for Wii U, and so it didn't get like really any publicity or anything from Nintendo.
Right.
It got a little bit like a tweet here and there and some stuff like that. But they obviously didn't really push it, just because it Nintendo adult game, whatever.
Right. You're beginning crackling again.
I'm going to refresh. Good grief!
The salesman is back again. I don't know what I'm selling to you, but I'm just going to talk like this anyway because I've already started it. And he doesn't know what's going on.
I never, ever know what's going on.
You'll have to watch it after the fact to find out.
Okay, this game isn't as expensive as it was. It was getting over $100, like
that's
130.
stupid,
something. Now it's about like how Bayonetta is. It's about 80. Here's one that just sold for 95.
Mm-hmm.
But whatever. So this game it got released, and apparently it was not printed. It didn't receive a huge printing or anything like that. So it was a bit limited. And so stores didn't get that many copies of it in.
Sure.
And so this like movement started where people wanted to go around and buy up all these games to prove a point to Nintendo.
Oh, I see.
And so everyone bought up all these games, even though nobody likes it. Everyone has said it's a horrible game. But just to prove a point, everyone went up and bought them all. And now suddenly, it just like snowballed into this scalper eBay territory. And now, even though the game sucks, nobody really wants it to, play it or whatever. So, yeah. So the game is, going for $95 on eBay.
That's stupid.
It's just the freaking strangest thing I have ever seen. And like when I first heard about this, I was halfway tempted. I was like, maybe I should go check that out. It sounds interesting. And then once the reviews started rolling in, I was like, oh, maybe I do not want to play this game.
It's not like we don't have enough in our backlog anyway.
Yeah, exactly. That's my thing now. Is anytime I'm looking at a game, I'm like, wait, but I have all these other games in my list I need to play.
So speaking of, where's your backlog at these days?
My backlog, I mean, especially since Christmas, has just sucks now. Let me pull it up.
Dude, I was super surprised that Bayonetta 2 comes with a physical disc for Bayonetta 1. I thought it was going to be like a download code.
Yep.
That's awesome.
How Mother Nature intended.
Exactly. Man, that's just amazing.
Actually, funny enough, my list is about how it was like a month and a half, 2 months ago.
Filled right back up.
Yeah, a bunch of stuff got added to it, and then I played those things, and then they've been removed. Fallout 4 is at the top, but that's going to be like an ongoing project, I believe. So yeah, that's a thing.
Dude, we need to like dual stream Fallout 4. I'll start a new character. Let's do it together, and then like you'll have your stream and I'll have mine, and we can like give a multi-stream link.
That'd be sweet. I'm totally down for that.
Let's do that. That would be man. I haven't been playing Fallout 4 anyway, so I don't really care about my main character, so that's fine. Let's do it.
Okay.
I'm gonna roll a woman.
I support that.
Because why not?
Because why not? That's the new hip thing nowadays, is to be a woman.
Hey man, I didn't get to pick my gender at birth. I can at least pick it now.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, so Fallout 4 is at the top of my list, and then Silent Hill Shattered Memories,
Man, you really
which
got
I've
through
been
that
talking
game,
about
dude.
for
The
months.
game's not that long, dude. It's like 2.5 hours or something like that. If you like, just like slam it, but don't do
Yeah.
that. It's like 4 hours, 5 hours.
You know what? When we get done with this, I'm going to take that game off. I'm going to put it on. I'm going to take it off my shelf, and I'm going to put it right here.
Dude, if you play like an hour of it, you'll know if you want to finish it or not.
Yeah.
I mean, you have to finish it. I don't care if you don't want to finish it. If you don't finish it, I'm gonna be.
Oh, I'm going to finish it. I'm not going to start a game.
And I
not
don't say
finish
that
it.
just because I bought it. I'm saying that just because it's a good freaking game.
Right.
Yeah, I had to
nothing
borrow
else
that
is-
from you too because I don't even own that game.
Nothing else has really changed. I haven't beaten Ratchet and Clank yet because I got distracted with something else. But I'm pretty far in that to the point where it's like I just need to freaking beat this so I can get off my list.
I feel you. Sorry, I just remembered something that I've been meaning to talk about.
Hit me.
Dude, it's gonna be another hour. if we
I don't
do
even
it.
freaking care.
I watched both of the X-Men movies.
Oh snap!
So I watched one, and it was the hardest thing ever I've ever done in my life to not immediately watch the second one. And so I watched the second one the next day. And
Yeah.
man,
What'd you
dude,
think?
holy crap! The biggest impression that I have, and I'm just slamming these games now. The biggest impression that I have coming
Better
away
not be
from-
Bayonetta 2. That's like $100 game.
I'm sorry, Ben. Yeah, and it was $100 game before I opened it, so I was like, I tweeted, I'm like, 0 regrets, I don't care. I cannot believe how awesome it is that they I'm gonna cuss, but how they undid the bullshit that they did in the third movie by pulling a Star Trek. That
Yep.
was awesome.
Yep.
Like freaking awesome. I'm sorry, spoilers. I should have said that, but holy crap, dude. Oh man. Oh, I'm a huge X-Men fan. And it's like,
Yeah.
I don't know why it took me so long to watch those movies, one, but I don't, the only thing that I can say that I won't say didn't enjoy, but I wish were a little different was the real big focus on Mystique and like her,
Yeah.
kind of conflict between the two movies. But it wasn't bad. It was really good. It was really entertaining. And it was so awesome to see the part that I've loved the most about X-Men the whole time is the part that, I feel like a lot of the cartoon doesn't really delve into it too much. The comic books do, but I don't know. I've not read enough of the comic books to really say how much into how large of a degree. But something that I've always wanted to see explored was, the real friendship between Professor X and Magneto. Like,
Oh yeah.
that's what these movies are about, and it's
Yeah.
awesome, and it shows Magneto, Eric Lesnar as a human. It really, because when you watch, like, when you're like us, right? We're kids, and we come into like the comic books in media res. We come into we see the cartoons, which don't go back to the beginning. You're like, why is Magneto such a butthead? It's like,
Right.
just be nice to people. But this, like, you understand why now. It gives
Yeah.
a really good motivation for why, and I can't find any fault in it. And I'm being a fanboy here. I'm sorry, but it's like amazing. Oh my goodness!
Yeah, like I'm not. I love X-Men. I wouldn't say I'm an X-Men fanboy or anything like that, but I've always loved X-Men. Just kind of like dabbling in it. I never read any of the comics or anything, but
Yeah.
I've always like X-Men. Yes, awesome. That, by the way, that third.
Dude, you
movie-
got super crackle.
Am I crackling?
Yeah, bad.
Holy mother! Hold on a second.
I'm too pumped on X-Men to talk in the salesman voice this time.
I have returned.
Continue.
Holy crap! I'm looking at the sweetest GIF I've ever seen in my life of Streets of Rage 2.
Yes.
What's his name? The blonde guy.
I can never
Axel?
remember Axel. I guess that's probably.
He's doing his special move where he
Yeah.
and then ends with an uppercut.
Yeah.
And somebody freaking went through and kept that animation, but edited all the different bosses in the game.
Oh
And it
man,
flips through all the levels, and then it ends the uppercut with the final boss.
that's hilarious. Oh man, you got to send that to me. I need to see
Yeah.
that.
I'll have to retweet
I gotta
the
show
F
that
out
to
of that.
Lynn. Believe it or not, that's like one of her favorite video games of all time.
I love those games. I
I-
need to get the third one. I'm still.
Why does she like that game? It doesn't make any sense to me. Like she doesn't really like video games that much. I mean, like console games and PC games and stuff. She plays like casual games, but Streets of Rage 2? That was like anyway. X-Men. What were you going to say?
At the end of that third movie, like I was so depressed.
Dude.
Like I was so depressed. I was like, did this really just happen?
I've like blocked it out of my memory. Like for real. I don't even remember. I remember like two things about it. I remember that Kelsey Grammer played Beast, and because I've been wanting Beast to be in the movies forever.
Yeah.
And I remember that there's some scene where some of the mutants are being transported and Magneto rescues them or liberates them from like the back of this like moving vehicle. That's all I remember from that movie.
Yeah.
Because I hate it. Nope.
Anyway, what was I talking? Where were
And the whole thing where like Halle Berry was like, oh, I need to. It's like, I'm sorry, Storm's awesome. Don't get me wrong. I really like Storm as a character for many different reasons.
Yeah.
Powerful woman, powerful person of minority. All of that sort of good positive message.
Yeah.
But come on. Storm is not the center of anything in the X-Men universe. Like anything.
Yeah.
Not saying that she shouldn't be, but the movies aren't where to start that.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Anyway, go ahead.
I retweeted that with the Ordo Tirica.
Oh, sweet.
So anyway, what was I talking about the new movies before that?
I don't remember. Oh, the end of the third movie, you're just like depressed.
Yeah. I don't remember where I was going with that. This thing where like my brain is just trains flying all over the place. Anytime I get distracted, just like that thing where the physics really freak out and then everything starts like teleporting around really quickly.
Oh yeah. Uh-huh.
That.
Or like I glitched out BioShock Infinite yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because I'm trying to learn a speedrun route where like you skip the lottery and you also skip everything. So where you get the possession vigor?
Yeah.
So you can like jump up around behind the booth and over and back behind it. And I was able to do that real easy. And it's like you can see off into nothing.
Uh-huh.
But you have to like jump from the edge of that into nothing at a real precise angle. And then you fall down into where the first fireman is yeah. So, but nothing's loaded, nothing at all. So you just like run to the end of that whole section. So you skip like 8 minutes or something like that. Yeah. Anyway, so I did that and I jumped and I missed it and I'm just like falling. Like, I look up and like everything's just flying away and the stuff just starts moving and then like after like 2 minutes you hear like and like you fall down in a completely different area of the game. Yeah. Anyway, sorry, not to hijack.
You know what's funny is in the middle of you talking about that, I remembered what I was going to say, and then I just forgot as you finished.
Oh my goodness, I'm sorry.
And then I remembered again.
Okay, go ahead.
Okay, so I'm no like X-Men fanboy or anything like that, but I love those two movies. I just they absolutely blew me away.
Oh yeah, They're well written. They're well made, dude. Bryan Singer, dude. Holy crap! It was obvious from the first X-Men movie that he's the guy who needs to be doing the X-Men movies, right?
Yeah.
I cannot wait for Apocalypse. I cannot wait. Oh my goodness. I don't care about how he looks anymore because for a while I was like, well, he looks really dumb. Everybody's like, oh, he looks like Ivan Ooze and all that. And it's like, I don't even care anymore. I give zero craps about that. I just want to see the movie.
Yeah, I'm very excited about that.
Nightcrawler Jubilee. Holy crap, dude. Okay.
Oh,
dude. Thank you,
man.
Thank you.
You are welcome. And now I want to go watch both of those movies back to back right now, even though for some reason I don't own the second one yet. I just realized this in saying that I need to watch both of them. That I don't own the second one.
You need to fix
that
dude.
very quickly,
man. Oh, and freaking Bishop was in the movie. Holy crap, dude! I was getting excited. I thought I was going to see Cable. Cable's another one of my favorite X-Men. And it's like, oh, dude. I know Bishop's not in the second one all that much, but it makes sense. We're talking about time travel. Bishop's in it. Makes sense. Oh, man. So freaking good, dude. So good. The only problem is we'll probably never see Cable now unless they want to, tie back in with that timeline somehow, which they could do. They could totally do. Yep. And that would be freaking sweet. I don't remember if Bishop died. I think everybody died in that timeline, though, right? Anyway.
I think so.
Maybe beforehand, Bishop can meet up with Cable and they can do something before they all get killed at the end of that timeline. And anyway, that's all the crap I love about X-Men, and it's in those movies. It's amazing, dude. Amazing.
Yes.
Freaking Kevin Bacon. What? I didn't even know he was in that movie.
I completely forgot about that until you just said that.
Dude, that's so perfect. And how they had that whole scene from the beginning of the first movie at the beginning of the first class.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, it's just so perfect. Yep. Oh, my goodness. I cannot. I got to stop talking about this. I am too excited right now.
Do a few backflips and you'll be okay.
Dude, if I physically could, I totally would.
I forgot that. I've totally forgotten that was a thing that we always did was backflips.
Down hallways, downstairs, upstairs. Yeah. In an elevator while we're going down.
We are going to resurrect the backflip.
We should
maybe not right here.
And then the Kylie Pro crutches.
Yes. Oh. Man.
Anyway, this GIF is ridiculous.
Isn't that great?
Yeah. The best parts were when you see dude on the chair, and then the next frame's him getting uppercutted.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
So yeah.
I need to stop talking about that because I don't have any coherent thoughts at the moment about it. All I have is raging joy.
Nerd erections.
Yes, nerd erections.
Yes.
Yes. So that man, everybody was like, "Oh yeah, those are really good movies," but nobody was ever like, "They're amazing." I never saw anybody say that. Oh, they're amazing, but they're freaking amazing.
Forgive me. I mean, I've always thought that, so forgive me for never really truly sharing that with you.
Well, we never really talked about them, so
that's true.
So and when we did, you did say that. So, oh man, I just
still to this day, I listen to that soundtrack at least once a week.
Dude, the music's freaking sweet.
Yes.
I have to say, I'm trying to think of a counterexample, and I can't. I really think those are the two best comic book movies ever. Don't get me wrong, I love the Avengers. I love a lot of the MCU stuff. I really like Thor because Thor's my dude. The movies are okay.
Yeah.
But man, dude, I can't think of any comic book superhero movie that's like better than those two.
Yeah.
But of course, it's because I love X-Men. X-Men were always my favorite.
The newer Spider-Man, not the second one, but that first one I think it's just called The Amazing Spider-Man. That was pretty good.
I still haven't seen those either because, like, I still haven't seen the third one with Tobey Maguire because of how everybody talked about that.
You just don't worry about that. These two movies are much better than that.
Yeah.
Trilogy, but,
Well, I think we should probably wrap this up because you're starting to crackle again.
okay, let me refresh before.
The internet has spoken. It says we must be done. So we're going to be done.
I have refreshed so that we can exit this indignity.
The way you said it made it sound like exit this indignity. That what we're doing is indignity. But you meant exit. What you said was exit this indignity. That's hilarious.
Maybe next time we will do this on the Twitchlers.
Yeah. Exit this indignity.
Yes. Because as much as I love Google Hangouts, this is really pissing me off.
Dude, like we're tech dudes. It's not like we don't know what we're doing. And we're audio dudes. It's not like we don't know what we're doing.
I mean, I'm listening to this stuff coming into my ears and it doesn't sound like that.
You sound fine now. It's just fine. I don't know. Maybe it's just my internet. Maybe it's not actually capturing that on the Hangout. But
I don't know. The last time you said that, I went back and listened to it, and it was definitely doing it. So
yeah, I mean, I've got 100 megabit down, and I'm hardwired. So
yeah,
yeah.
Anyway,
I got like
80. So
yeah, whatever. I don't have 100. I have 80. Because I got in and it was like at 60, and then they've like upgraded it twice. So I think it's like up to like 80 or maybe 90. I don't know. It's really good out here in the suburbs, dude. And it's like, that's one good thing I can say about it. So anyway, okay, we should be done unless you have anything else to
I do not. We've pretty much been on. This is like an hour now. So
yeah.
I think we did good. It was excellent things happened.
A sufficient amount of tires were ordered.
Yes. Every time we say that, I imagine just a stack of tires just piling up.
Yeah, and then every time they set down more, it's like, no, we need more.
Yes.
Because we've got to order more tires.
One more thing very quickly. So
one more tire.
One more tire. So if we adjusted order more tires to play video games, we could still order tires while we're playing the video game. So basically, we're doing the exact same thing, but we're playing a video game at the same time.
Exactly. So it'll be more entertaining.
Multitaskeries.
Yes. I like this idea.
Yes.
We should decide how we're going to do this.
Yes.
So awesome. Awesome.
Yes.
So with that being said, I'm going to exit us out of here. So we are Order of Tier. We are a video game metal band. If you didn't know it, now you do. Our website / it's actually Bandcamp is videogamemetal.com. Our music is also available at soundcloud.com /videogamemetal. And we're on the intertubulars everywhere. YouTube.com, Facebook.com, Twitter.com, Vine.com, Instagram.com /Order of Tier. We are also on the iTunes podcast directory and on Stitcher. I haven't been saying that much recently, but we are on Stitcher as well if you use said application.
Yes.
I know there's probably other places we are, but search and find us. Follow us on all the things. Harass us on all the things. Send us, embarrassing pictures. Send us things to talk about. We're open to it all. So thank you guys so much for watching. Mr. Hammerkay, is there any final words you would like to give?
Just that I'm very excited about this year. This is the first Order More Tires in 2016.
It is, in fact.
And I think there are going to be a lot of tires this year.
Sweet.
I was working on some tires this past weekend and past week. You've heard these tires.
Have I?
Yeah.
I don't remember these tires. Yes, I have heard these tires. That's true. I forgot about those tires.
They are new old tires. Tires that were old that have been polished.
Right. Cleaning
the treads out,
So basically they were like monster truck tires before, coarse, huge, like massive, but they impersonal. Now they've been refined, they've been used, they've been honed, they've been refined,
Yes.
and they are slick, sleek, and ready for road racing action.
Precisely.
Man, how many tires metaphors can we do here?
This is called Order More Tires, if you didn't. For those of you who don't know.
More tires than we have right now. More,
That is
always more. More is better.
Can't have too
Anyway.
many tires.
You need more tires. So, thank you guys so much for watching us. That guy over there joining me through this Hangout on Air virtually through the inner tubes is Mike the Hammer K. Kludzinski. I'm the Game Mage. We are Order of Tier. We'll see you guys next time.
Goodbye, Internet.